Hi, my name is Philip, and I'm from the Minnesota Orienteering Club, and I'm going to be giving an overview on the cloud-based website builder platform called Wix. Our club migrated to this about a year ago. We're very satisfied with it. It might be something that other clubs are interested in. So I figured I'd give an overview of the functionality of it and how it might work for other clubs. So let's go ahead and dig right in. So this is currently what our website looks like. This is our home page. You can see we have an image slider that's here, basic menu navigation, which any site will have. We have a fairly basic site from what I like to think. And Wix allows us to change pretty much any of the elements on here, and it all has a nice drag and drop interface. So let's go ahead and talk about that interface. I'm going to go ahead and dive right back into the back end of Wix. So this is their editing tool. This is how you make any adjustments to your website. And you can see it's what I see on this page is what I see when I publish it, which is really nice. So anything that you change in this area will be how it looks live on your site. So some of the primary features on Wix. Starting off is this main pages area, and I'll just go ahead and open this up. This is where you change any of the ordering of your main menu, and it also has all of the sub pages that are underneath that. Right now they're minimized, but I can go ahead and open them up just with this little plus button. So all of the pages that I have, like for instance underneath our first timer section, they're all listed right here. And if I switch back over to our website, you'll see that's how they show on our website. And if I want to change the order for any of those, that's simply done right in this area. Some of the other features on here are the undo and redo buttons. We also have a slick mobile editor. I'll show you that, guys, a little bit later. And here's how you publish your changes. So anything that you make here, it's not live until you click publish. The other main area of the Wix interface are the left-hand navigation buttons. So the top one is the background. You can see on our site, we put this little topo map on here as a background. You can choose to have that or not, but if you wanted to, that's how you change it. One of the big elements on here is this add button. So anything that you wanted to add to your page, this is where you do it. So if you want to add text, images, any galleries, pretty much any element that you want to add, this is where you do it. And you simply just click on these and it automatically adds it to the page, and I'll show you that in a bit. The next area on here is its app market. You can think of these like as widgets or add-ons. Wix has several hundred of these available. Most of them are free, some of them are paid. You can go ahead and peruse those at your leisure to see if it's anything that you want to add to your site. The next area is the My Uploads area. Our site only uses the images and the documents, but you can see if you want any specialty fonts, videos, or music, you can add that in that area also. Wix also has blogging software. We currently don't use that, but that's an option. There's also e-commerce software. We currently do use that. We sell maps on our site, so we do use that. You have to pay extra for their e-commerce add-on, but it's something that's available. The promote button, this is their email newsletter. We do use this quite heavily. It's actually really slick. We're very, very happy with it. The next button on here is bookings. We don't use that, and I don't envision any club to use that. So let me just go ahead and dive right into how you change things on your Wix site. I'm going to go ahead and jump right into one of our 101 pages just because this is a good blank page to start with. And you can see on this page we have an image that's up here at the top. And we also do have, a header, and we have some body text within here. I'll scroll down a little bit. I think we have some more images that are down here at the bottom. Yet we have images, we have some bullet points, etc. So let's just say that you want to edit this on your site, which is what most clubs would want to do. So you have this image, you don't like this image here, and say you want to move this text above the image. You want the image below it. Now all of this is just simply drag and drop. You can see that I'm just highlighting these elements and dropping them into place. Now, this is one of Wix's strong points. We use that. We use Wix because it has this slick drag and drop interface. You don't need to write any code, and it's also what you see is what you get, meaning that when you change something on the page, this is how it will look live on your front end. It's really slick. If you want to edit any images, make them bigger, smaller, you can see all of that's just clicking and dragging it around. Now for things like text, if you want to change, the font, the size, whatever it is, you just click on the element, click the Edit Text button. Again, this looks very similar to like a Microsoft Word interface. If you want to change the font to something else, you just go ahead and click on the font, automatically updates it. If you want to change the size of it, it has sliders, bolding, italicize, bullet points. All of that's done right in this area. It's very simple to use. Now, again, I was talking about this Add button. I'll go ahead and show you that. I'm going to go ahead and perhaps let's say that you want to add a button to your site. Now they have several default buttons here that you can choose from. I'm just going to go ahead and select this one. There you go. It automatically puts it here, and say I want this to, I want it to link to the OUSA website, right? So I can go ahead and change the text. And if you want to change the URL, and you can also select whether you want it to open in a new window or the current window. There's other features that are available also. But I'll go ahead and click Done, and there you go. That's as easy as adding a button on the site. It's pretty slick. Now, let's say you want to go ahead and change the color or how rounded the edges are. Again, that's just done with this design button. Now again, they have a whole bunch of just canned designs. You can choose from any of those, but if you wanted to heavily customize it, they have that customize button. Like for instance, if you want to change the fill color to something, if you have a particular color that you want to choose from, you can go ahead and see that. They have the color palette here, and when I hover over that, it automatically changes it. So changing any of the elements on here is quite simple to do. And again, you can just drag and drop that into any area that you want. And while I'm discussing that, you can see that while I'm dragging this around, you may notice that there are pink lines that come about as I move this around. Now those are snapping elements. So this element is, say I want to left align it with everything that's on here. I'll just click it and drag it roughly within that area, and there you see how that left line shows there. That's how you go ahead and just snap it to that side. So you don't have to worry about, is it difficult to left align, right align, center elements. It's very simple to do. Just let me show you another quick add-on here. Let's say that you wanted to add a video. If you wanted to link to an orienteering video that you thought was relatively neat. I just go ahead and click on that. There, go ahead, adds it to the site. I click Change Video. You plug in the URL that you want. That's that simple. So that's a basic overview on adding basic elements to the site. I'm going to go ahead and delete those off of here. And while I'm here, that same thing goes for the header. I want to go ahead and take the logo and move it over into that area, and I want this on this side. That's how you do it. Same thing with the social icons. Now this is actually, they have some neat areas that are in here. For instance, we have a Facebook icon. But if you wanted to add more, if you have, let's see, if you have, if you wanted to add Snap or something like that to it, I just go ahead and add it, and there you can see it automatically adds it right to that neat menu item that's up there. Very simple to do. So that's a basic overview of how you modify and add elements in Wix. Everything just has a very neat drag and drop interface. So while I'm in here, let's go ahead and talk about pages and the main menu. So you can see how we have ours set up, like home, first timers, results, etc. Let's say that you wanted to, add a particular menu item in here, or if you want to rearrange them, say I don't want it to be results then events, say I wanted events before results. Now that's all done again from this pages area. I'm going to go ahead and minimize this, just get them all here. So again, let's say I wanted to take events and move that before results. That again, these are all just nice drag and drop options. I'll just go ahead and drag it up there, and there you can see events goes before results. That simple. And the same thing goes for all the sub pages that are underneath there. So like I'll expand this. These are all the sub pages we have underneath the first timers area. Again, I can just click, drag these to wherever I want in the menu, and that's how navigation is done. Any of the pages that you want to change, it's that easy. So while we're discussing pages, there are, say, if you want to change the name of your page, or if you want to change what it's called in the browser, or if you want the URL to be something specific, also all of your SEO settings, that's done in this page info area. And you can do this for any of the pages that are on here. So if you want to title your page something specific, you do it here. Over in the SEO section, here is more options that are in here. You can go ahead and your page description, you can name that whatever you want. Your URL, you can change that if you want a very specific URL. It's done in that section. Nextly, let's talk about how we list events. Our club, we use this listing add-on that's done in Wix, and you can see all of ours are listed in a very specific, clean format. This is one way that we did it. Works well for us because we have logos. Now, if you wanted to, you could just create a blank page and list your events out just in basic text format. That's perfectly acceptable. This is just the way that we did it. So another big element is results. These can be done a couple of different ways. The way that we do them is we use a Google spreadsheet add-on. So you can just go ahead and link to a Google spreadsheet, and there's different tabs set up. We like this, having the leaderboard. We like having different tabs set up. This is one way to do it. If you didn't want to do it this way, you can just copy and paste like HTML from like your OR software. For instance, if you had it, your timing software may output results something like this. Those are very, very easy to just kind of copy and paste right into Wix. This will probably be how most sites will use it, so that's actually a very clean way of doing it. Lastly, let me go ahead and talk about the mobile editor, so how this displays on mobile devices. This is done with this button in the background. This is actually one of the things that really drove us to Wix was its mobile editor. So again, I'm on, now let me go ahead and switch to a different page here. This might not be a good example. I'm going to go ahead and go over to our Orienteering 101 page. So you can see that this is, you can see it's really neat. It actually shows you how it's going to look on mobile devices. Now let's say that this particular element, this image, say I don't want that to show on a mobile device. I just simply click this little hide button here, and it will remove that element from the mobile display. And now you can go ahead and we have quite a few different elements that are on here. And you can, if you want to unhide, those can be unhid as well. So on any of these different pages, you can unhide or hide different elements that are on here. And again, you can rearrange them just as you would do on a desktop. You do it on the mobile section. So it's a really slick interface. So lastly, with this overview, I know that there's obviously going to be questions about how you do online registration or how you do memberships. One thing to keep in mind is that with Wix, I would recommend not using the built-in elements that are in there. There are third-party apps that I think do a little bit better job of that. For instance, on our site, we use a company called Zap Event to do our online registration. So, and again, it's just inserting their button in there, and when I click register now, it just takes you to a third-party app to handle that. And we do the same thing for memberships as well. So that's how I recommend doing it. I recommend doing those with third-party apps. It's not something that's built in with Wix. So I hope you enjoyed this. If you have any questions, please let us know. Thanks.